programs, live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight, supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Starbucks. Health officials are sounding the alarm as a highly contagious norovirus dubbed the winter vomiting disease surges nationwide, including in Illinois. Wastewater analysis shows cases rising sharply in Wheaton and Glen Ellen, with spikes just before the holidays. Experts fear a new strain may be more transmissible, causing forceful vomiting, severe diarrhea, and painful stomach cramps. Children, older adults, and people with health conditions are most at risk. Doctors urge vigorous hand washing and strict hygiene to slow the spread. In Aurora, police are searching for a suspect after a 49-year-old man was shot while pumping gas early Monday morning on South Broadway. Officers found the victim with multiple upper body wounds. He's now in stable condition. Police say the shooter approached, opened fire, and fled eastbound. The suspect was last seen wearing a gray winter coat and brown pants. Chief Matt Thomas called it a brazen and unprovoked attack. Anyone with information is urged to contact Aurora Police or Crime Stoppers. In Naperville, a police squad car flipped onto its roof after a three-vehicle crash Monday night. Officials say the officer was responding to a medical emergency when the collision occurred near 95th Street and Route 59. The officer and two others were hospitalized with minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Federal authorities say two Naperville brothers ran a massive insurance fraud scheme, submitting nearly $300 million in false claims for COVID-19 testing that was never provided. Manaj Muhammad and Sufyan Feroz allegedly used straw owners to control 4 labs in Illinois and California, then laundered the proceeds through other businesses. Insurers paid out at least $65 million. Both men face multiple counts of healthcare fraud and money laundering, with potential sentences of up to 20 years if convicted. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Blackhawks return to United Center Wednesday night when they host the New York Rangers. It's an original 6 matchup. Chicago 12-11-6. The Rangers 15-12-4. Chicago coming off a pair of ugly losses, a 6-0 shutout at Los Angeles and a 7-1 loss at Anaheim. The NFC North race remains red hot. The Packers are the leader in the division at 9-3-1, winners in 4 straight. They beat the Bears on Sunday. Chicago 9-4-0. 8-5-0 Detroit is still in the mix. The Bears are home this Sunday afternoon, hosting 3-10 Cleveland. 7 straight losses for the Bulls following Sunday's 123-91 setback at home against Golden State. They're off until this Friday when they visit the Charlotte Hornets. Chicago's last victory came on November the 22nd, a 121-120 victory over the Washington Wizards. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, snow showers with cloudy skies and a high near 35, temperatures falling to around 27 in the afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of snow showers before 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 12. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 22. Currently, it is 30 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. Happy Wednesday. It's a wind down Wednesday. How are you going to wind down a little bit? How do you wind down a little bit? Have a glass of wine on a wind down Wednesday. And it's hump day, middle of the week. We're halfway through, folks. Yes, we are. We hope that you are enjoying the morning here, the tail end of the morning, that is, of course. Which I'm at the tail end right now, of course, taking you into the 11 o'clock hour and 12 o'clock hour. Got some good things to talk about today, some weather news and more. Got a special interview coming up at 12 o'clock, a very special person who she has done such great work in the community. And so we'll talk with her. She's going to be calling into the studio. That'll be at the 12 o'clock segment. We also, of course, do have our Tradio segment. That'll be coming up at 12:30. So if you are interested in buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, that'll be the time to call into the station number here at 847-931-1410. We also do have your local programming, of course, as well. Now, Talk Time with Tammy and Friends today and tomorrow are both going to be replays. Tammy had a family emergency, so today and tomorrow will be the replays there. And then that's from 2 to 4. So we'll do a best of show for Talk Time with Tammy and Friends today. It will be a Wednesday show. We'll make sure, of course, to incorporate that. And then, of course, we also do have a political talk show with Dennis Sonar Green from 4 until 5. We have now incorporated the WRMN 10 o'clock news segment on during the 5 o'clock hour. And it is the 10 o'clock news segment now going to be playing in the 5 o'clock hour. So it is still fresh news, good to listen to, great news. Well, it's not all good news, of course, but what I'm saying is it's good to have that news playing and listening on your way driving home from work, right? I know we did receive actually a lot of local community requests that people requested to us that we put the 5 o'clock news on. Great time to do that when people are driving home to listen in on what's happening in the community and then in the state of Illinois and around the world. So we've now incorporated that into our lineup. So again, we listen to your suggestions, folks. We appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. What did we do here? Well, yesterday I was out with Dean and Sonar, the three of us here, We're out at the what used to be it's on Gifford Street. It used to be the old Elgin High School, and it was the U46 open house. Had a great time. Shout out to, of course, the folks we saw, including Alec out there, and a couple other folks as well. I got to meet a lovely gentleman named George. George was a graduate of the radio club in Elgin back in the 60s. Got to hear his really cool stories. He walked into the room. He remembers the rooms, like being set up, like what it was cool to see. It was in the radio club area. And so they had some snacks laid out, and it was a very good time. So I enjoyed it. Everyone was appreciative of everyone showing up. And it was cool to see all of the really unique pictures that were on the walls. They had them sprawled around the walls. Got even a little tour of the school too. So that was cool. We just talked radio, we talked radio. We saw a lot of really cool boards. They had the board that we have here, this board right here. I don't even know if you've seen it before. Maybe I should show it on the screen sometime. This board that we have here, their operating board, they had that same one in a little bit of a lighter color, in gray, at the open house. And then they had some of the older boards. Like if you remember the board that we used to have that used to sit over in camera two. We used to have the board sitting there. That's where we used to sit. They had that same one there too, and some older ones. So it was cool to see all of the devices and how times have changed with technology and radio. It's really cool to see. So if you have students who want to sign up for the radio club, a U46 radio club, definitely good to do so. They are WEPS. That's 88.9 WEPS, folks. Very nice. Let's go through the weather and temperatures for the day today. Now, this is the day we see some of that freezing rain. It is a little slick outside, so just be prepared for that. It is a little warmer than expected, so it's actually not as slick as I had expected it to be. It's 31 degrees outside right now. We're seeing a high of 34 degrees for today. It is pretty much overcast throughout the day. We do see it dropping lower to 14. It is going to continue to drizzle just a little bit. It's kind of subsidized right now, but could continue on a little bit later in the day today. So just be prepared for that, especially with it being wet and then it freezes and turn into ice. Tomorrow's forecast on the 11th, we see a high of 24, partly cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to some cloudier skies continuing on overnight. We see it dropping down to 17 as our low. Overcast skies pretty much are in that forecast for Thursday night. For Friday the 12th, we get closer to the weekend. We see a high of 28. Cloudy skies are in that forecast with a few flurries or snow showers possible. Dropping down to that bitterly cold temperature of the single digits, it's 6 degrees, low of 6 degrees, and a 25% chance of snow. Heading on into Saturday, Saturday is really going to be that chilly day. Scattered snow showers are going to be accumulating during the morning, with then partly to mostly cloudy afternoon. Very cold, high of only 9 degrees. It's going to feel colder. It's going to get colder for Saturday night, bitterly cold with a low of -6. And as you know it, whenever we get into the negatives, it feels really in the negatives. So I'm assuming I could picture it feeling maybe more like a -20 or so. So just be aware of that. That's coming up for Saturday. Sunday, another cold day. Sunny skies, though. Can't complain too much about that. Very cold, though. We see a high of 8 degrees and a low of -2 for Sunday the 14th. As we get into Monday the 22nd, Monday the 15th, it's a high of 22. I was mixing up the numbers there. Partly cloudy skies are in that forecast with a low of 18 degrees for Monday night. Tuesday rolls around. We see a high of 30 and a low of 26, so it does warm up just a little bit there. Wednesday, the 17th, a week from today, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 37. Okay, not too bad. We see a low of 32, cloudy skies with rain showers coming up. That is for Wednesday night. And then Thursday, another chance of that freezing rain, folks. And we are seeing it also continuing on into, not a continuous time, but returning back again Monday the 22nd, periods of freezing drizzle. So just stay tuned for that. And then we are going to be seeing on Christmas Eve occasional snow showers and, yes, another chance of freezing rain. So I know, of course, the time being the freezing rain when it's very dangerous to drive outside is Christmas Eve, or when a lot of people are traveling. So just be mindful of that, of course. Important to keep up to date and in the loop with that. You can find it on the Weather Channel, weather.com, AccuWeather, or also on your phone, tablet, or computer or device. Taking a look a little bit here at the traffic, there is a news report here that there was an incident that is a partial incident. It looks like there was a water main break in West Dundee that did happen last night. So last night, northbound Illinois 31 at Liberty Street in West Dundee, there was the Kane water main break that did happen, and that was partial closure that happened last night at 11:41 p.m., and it is going to continue on with the estimated end time of about 11:14, which is a minute past the hour now. So we should see that incident, the end time, probably going away a little bit there. But if I do say so, again, it does look like it's still on the screen there, of course. Takes maybe a couple minutes to update or so, or maybe an hour. I would hope maybe just a couple minutes. But if you are on the Travel Midwest, there is that incident that's out there again with the water main break. That is, again, at Liberty Street. That is South 8th Street. So if you are going there, it's right across from the neighborhood where Royal Lane is. If you're familiar with where Royal Lane is, they also do have a bus stop there too. That is where that incident is. So it's just a water main break. It does look like there's just one lane closed, so just be mindful of that too. Taking a look at some other things here in the Fox River Valley area. Doesn't look like anything in particular that seems to pop up to me, at least right now here on Travel Midwest. Other than, of course, the per-usual construction that we've been seeing right near the Elgin DMV, and also continued on Dundee Avenue, right near, not too far away from Cobbler's Crossing there. Still some construction on 90, and it does look like that will be continuing on. It does look like that was from earlier today with some maintenance going on westbound I-90. There's some maintenance currently going on right now from Barrington Road to near Airport Road. So just little things like that, of course, be mindful of. Check it out for yourself. You can find it at travelmidwest.com. That's travelmidwest.com. We're going to take a quick time out, folks. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Of course, we'll have our inspirational story of the day. There is another story I did want to read through here. I'll skip the mental floss today, I think, because we've got some other things to talk about here. We also do have a conversation story of the day. I also do want to go through the wines of the month as well, so I want to make sure I get enough time in here. But we've got a cool Kane County Connect story here to talk a little bit about something that's returning to Kane County prairies. We'll talk a little bit about that here and more in just a bit. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Want to read some action-packed, exciting pulp fiction? Read the works of Michael Tooman, now featuring the international crime thriller, I Married a Bot Madam. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. The paperback is also available at other book retailers. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That's Papa, Sierra, Yankee, Lima, India, November, Kilo. November, Echo, Tango.
This year, America's First Responders Fest 2025 was a huge success, and we couldn't have done it without the Village of Burlington and Village President Mary Kay Welsen. Your support helped bring the Fox River Valley together in the Village of Hampshire to celebrate the heroes who keep us safe every day. Thank you, Village of Burlington, for standing behind America's First Responders Fest 2025 and for standing with those who serve.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people
would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, your home for news, talk, and entertainment, and being a part of the community for the community here. We are your local radio station. We appreciate everyone tuning in today. We appreciate the local businesses, entrepreneurs, organizations that come together, especially during the holiday season, the season of giving, to announce things. And, of course, to be welcoming of the community too. And that's always great. We have such a strong community here that always welcomes each other. We work together very well. And again, it is the season of giving also. So feel free to check out these local businesses and organizations that help each other. And it's good to see. And coming up on Friday, we got a local business from Hampshire that's coming onto the air to talk with us about her business. And good to shop from, of course, to shop and support local during the holiday season. Let's see what we've got here. We have our inspirational story of the day. We did go through the weather already here. The inspirational story of the day recently posted today. Actually, there's a couple different ones that have been posted. We'll read through this one here, and then I think we'll read through. So we'll read through two because the first one's a little. Both of them are kind of short, so we'll read through. Two of these today. All posted today. This one was posted by an anonymous user titled, quote, "My brother went to the store for me. Thank you, random stranger. I recently totaled my car. It was 100% my fault. I hadn't gotten my settlement back, but with Christmas and everything, money has been tight. My brother was very sweet to pick up groceries for me. I have 3 kids, but I have no way to get to the grocery store or anywhere without my car. My brother was talking to another man in line at the store, and when they both got to the parking lot, the man said, quote, I want to give you this for your sister and her kids, and handed him some cash. Thank you to a man named Vincent, wherever you are. A nice stranger giving money for those in need." Another one here is posted by a rescue organization called Semper Fi Legacy Rescue. They posted this saying, quote, I'm not allowed to have a dog right now, but can I get them a toy for Christmas? We were at the Canton, Georgia PetSmart for our adoption event today, watching people come and go as they picked up supplies, when the sweetest moment happened. A little girl walked up to us and said, quote, I'm not allowed to have a dog right now, but can I get them a toy for Christmas? Of course, we said absolutely. She and her dad went back inside, and a few minutes later, she returned with 4 bags filled with stuffed animals for our pups. In a world that can be so often feel cruel and ugly, Audrey is making a truly beautiful impact. At just 9 years old, she's already showing the kind of compassion and kindness that changes lives. Her heart for the voiceless will take her so far in life. Thank you so much, Audrey, for giving our sweet doggies a Christmas gift. Even though they can't speak, we know that they're thanking you with all their hearts. And they even posted a nice picture there of Audrey and the lovely ladies and the dog as well, too, with those PetSmart bags filled with cute little stuffed animals. Quite nice stuffed animals I'm seeing there, too. So nice inspirational story there. A couple of those to continue on your morning. You can find more also posted on sunnyskies.com. We all need a little bit of that Sunny Skies news in our stories and in our days, really, especially. I wanted to go through this other story here that was posted. Now, it is kind of a long one, so I'll generalize it, but recently posted yesterday by the Kane County Connects website. it looks like we are going to be seeing in the Kane County prairies, after 200 plus years, bison are returning. How cool is this? This is an article written by Lori Matanchuk, Director of Community Engagement. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly there, Lori. With a few steps off a trailer and onto Burlington Prairie Forest Preserve in Sycamore, American bison, also known as the buffalo, have made a triumphant return to Kane County Prairie for the first time in more than 200 years. The move follows a three-way partnership between the Forest Preserve District of Kane County as a landowner, the American Indian Center of Chicago, also known as AIC, as owner of the animals, and Reuter Bison as the herd manager. It was an agreement the Forest Preserve District had worked to bring to completion for years, and something promised to residents as part of the 2024 Land Acquisition and Preserve Improvement referendum. More than 200 years ago, bison freely roamed Illinois' waves of prairie grasses that grew as far as one could see. However, the industrial revolution, with that happening, especially, much of Illinois' prairie was converted to farmland or developed upon. In fact, the prairie nearly vanished from the Prairie State, which is what it was called, quote, the Prairie State, was less than 0.1% still remaining. Prairie removal is subsequent soil erosion led to the loss of countless plant and animal species that relied upon that important ecosystem. Over a century later, conservation agencies have worked to bring back Illinois prairie and reestablish these important habitats. Larger dreams for these agencies often include bringing bison back to the prairie as well, but have been rarely realized. But now it looks like they are being brought back. While the animals weren't so sure about their new surroundings as they first stepped off the trailer onto the Burlington Prairie Forest Preserve, the small invite-only crowd was enthusiastic, with Forest Preserve District and AIC representatives welcoming the animals to their new home. AIC also held a ceremonial blessing of the land prior to the animals' arrival. Very cool. AIC co-executive Jay Young said, quote, "This is something that feels both historic and deeply personal for us as a community. For us, this isn't about bringing animals onto the land. It's oh goodness, I can't pronounce this word, excuse me. Repatriation, he says, this person says. It's the return of relatives who have been missing from this place for far too long. Bison have carried our stories, our teachings, and our responsibilities for generations, and welcoming them back into their home is an important moment for our people and for the generations who come after us." Very nice. While Forest Preserve District staff call it exciting and to return the bison to prairie after so many years, they do ask residents to be patient and a while longer before seeing them, to let the animals acclimate to their new surroundings. The bison were first unloaded into a small corral at the Burlington Prairie on December 5th. They're going to be released into the larger fenced prairie later this month. For more information on the Forest Preserve District of Kane County, and if you want to read this article for yourself, it is in full on CaneCountyConnects.com. How cool is that? And Keeping Moments Photography took some really cool pictures of these beautiful bison as well. So it's really cool to see them in full bloom in their beautiful brown fur coats and colors out in the contrast of the beautiful white snow. So very cool to see that. If you want to check out those pictures, that is fantastic. That's at CaneCountyConnects.com. So many cool things that are happening, and sometimes we don't notice it, and all you got to do is look it up. All you got to do is pay attention. You can hear it. Of course, you can watch it. You can see it. And we here at WRMN strive to make sure that you know what is going on. We also want to remind you that Divine Touch Barbershop in Elgin says it's hard being away from home during the holidays. Even harder when you're a soldier overseas, securing our freedom. Send letters and packages, say prayers for our troops overseas. This message courtesy of veteran-owned and operated since 2007. That's Divine Touch Barbershop at 21 Douglas Avenue in Elgin. Trust their years of experience. Call Divine Touch Barbershop today at 847-488-9950. That's 847-488-9950. And hey, If you stop by, give us a wave because they're literally right across the street from us. A couple doors down across the street. Fantastic. Stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. We'll continue on talking more about what is the word of the day today, what's the National Day calendar, the wines of the month on this Wine Down Wednesday, and then we also do have our conversation story of the day today, talking a little bit about the history of Christmas elves. We've got our special interview at the 12 o'clock hour, more info on what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area, our Tradio segment, and then that's it. Stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. In Aurora, police are searching for a suspect after a 49-year-old man was shot while pumping gas early Monday morning on South Broadway. Officers found the victim with multiple upper body wounds. He's now in stable condition. Police say the shooter approached, opened fire, and fled eastbound. The suspect was last seen wearing a gray winter coat and brown pants. Chief Matt Thomas called it a brazen and unprovoked attack. Anyone with information is urged to contact Aurora Police or Crime Stoppers. In Naperville, a police squad car flipped onto its roof after a three-vehicle crash Monday night. Officials say the officer was responding to a medical emergency when the collision occurred near 95th Street and Route 59. The officer and two others were hospitalized with minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Federal authorities say two Naperville brothers ran a massive insurance fraud scheme, submitting nearly $300 million in false claims for COVID-19 testing that was never provided. Manaj Muhammad and Sufyan Feroz allegedly used straw owners to control 4 labs in Illinois and California, then laundered the proceeds through other businesses. Insurers paid out at least $65 million. Both men face multiple counts of healthcare fraud and money laundering with potential sentences of up to 20 years if convicted. Health officials are sounding the alarm as a highly contagious norovirus dubbed the winter vomiting disease surges nationwide, including in Illinois. Wastewater analysis shows cases rising sharply in Wheaton and Glen Ellen, with spikes just before the holidays. Experts fear a new strain may be more transmissible, causing forceful vomiting, severe diarrhea, and painful stomach cramps. Children, older adults, and people with health conditions are most at risk. Doctors urge vigorous hand washing and strict hygiene to slow the spread. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized Cash Rewards or unlimited Cash Rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-458-1375. That's 800-458-1375.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, snow showers with cloudy skies and a high near 35, temperatures falling to around 27 in the afternoon. Windy conditions with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of snow showers before 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 12. Currently, it is 30 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo on the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. You can tune in on that AM 1410 dial or also listen through the app, our website, or watch us live here on YouTube, youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so that you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop. What's happening here in the Fox River Valley, what's going on here on WRMN AM 1410. We have here a commenter. I'm sending hearts your way into the chat line here. Light to the eyes says, quote, sounding good, man. Well, thank you, Light to the eyes. I appreciate that very much so for tuning in and saying I'm sounding good. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see what we've got here. We have the word of the day today. What is the word of the day recognized on this overcast, windy, chilly-ish day today on December 10th? Well, it's a verb. It's grift. Grift sounds exactly how it's spelled. G-R-I-F-T, grift. Yes. And how does it sound? Well, you know it. It's grift.
Grift.
Grift. Yes. If the AI didn't have to explain it enough, there you go. Grift. What is it? Well, to grift is to use dishonest tricks to illegally take money or property. So, for example, the email scammer shamelessly grifted thousands of dollars from unwitting victims. Grifting, yes, it is very common. Of course, unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of those email scams that are out there too. And of course, if you want to know exactly what to do, there are some great resources out there, including, of course, Sherry's show. Coming up on December 16th. Stay tuned for that. She is going to be having a special guest, and she's going to be talking, of course, about different things. But don't forget, too, she's getting together an email now, new email sign-ups. So stay tuned for that. Coming up into next year, she's having Sherry's Senior Moments. It's a new show. It's going to be on the second Thursday of each month from 9 until 10. So stay tuned for that. You might have been hearing the new ads running as well, but stay tuned. That's coming up, and she still will be able to help you, especially when it comes to scamming, trying to avoid scammers, what to do, things like that, especially for seniors in the community. So stay tuned for more information on that. That'll be coming up. But yes, grifting, that is the word of the day recognized today. What else do we have? Well, we have the National Day calendar and National Today. What are some days that are recognized, celebrated, and enjoyed? Well, of course, we are hoping to possibly see some food. I'm hoping we can see some food here on these days because we're going to be also talking about some wine here on this Wine Down Wednesday. It is National Lager Day today on December 10th, recognizing the third most popular beverage after water and tea. Yes, while lager is typically characterized as light, summery beer, of course, National Day calendar, they believe that every season deserves to be celebrated with a few of your favorite things. Now, lagers are distinguished from other beers by using a cold conditioning process. These types of yeast are are referred to as, quote, bottom fermenting yeast, or yeast that can develop at colder temperatures. Before the advent of refrigeration, brewers, what they did, they perfected this process using cellars that were dug into the ground and then they would fill them with ice. Those would taste, the delicious results describe the lager as, quote, crisp and refreshing. It is no wonder that this method, of course, caught on and produced a wide variety of brews synonymous with regional and national brands. So how to celebrate it, of course? Have a lager. Yes, have a lager that is recognized today. Some other days that are recognized, it is the Dewey Decimal System Day, recognized today, celebrating a system of classification and the man who invented it. On December 10th, 1851, Melvin Dewey, 1851 to 1931, that's when he was born. Well, he wasn't born, he was born in 1851 on this day, and then he died in 1931. He was a librarian. He invented the Dewey Decimal System for of library classification. So a lot of people still use it, of course. Divided 10 main categories, the numerical system arranges mostly nonfiction publications. It's a craft to learn it. So if you want to read a little bit more on that and what it's about, that's the Dewey Decimal System Day. You can find it on nationaltoday.com and National Day Calendar. Let's see some other days that are also recognized today. We talked about National Lager Day. It's also Nobel Prize Day, recognized today internationally. It honors the achievements of Alfred Bernhard Nobel, a Swedish engineer, chemist, and entrepreneur, and also philanthropist. We've all heard of the Nobel Prize that recognizes outstanding achievements in various fields in the arts and in the sciences. Nobel Prize Day is a tribute to the person who instituted the prize. So very nice. That is recognized today. A couple other days are also recognized too. If you want to find it out, of course, feel free to do so. You can find it. That's posted again on nationaltoday.com and National Day Calendar. Wanted to move on here and go to the Fox Valley Magazine's December 2025 edition, the last one for the year, as it is closing up 2025 as we get into 2026. Let's flip through the pages with that very satisfying page flipping sound. Yes. I'm like a kid in a candy store when it comes to it. But yes, we did talk a little bit yesterday about the featured dishes of the month. And oh my goodness, that rigatoni alla vodka looks fantastic. And so much more too. It is a Wind Down Wednesday, so we do want to talk about the wines of the month that are recognized from local businesses in the Fox River Valley area. Let's hop on to it. We're going to swim in these different delicious wines, wine, mead, or hard cider selections that are available at these local wine stores and wineries in the Fox Valley area. The first one on this list is the Unbroken King. This is a red wine. It's a quintessential expression of modern New World elegance, designed to captivate and charm with every sip. This is a medium-bodied dry red wine. It introduces itself with enticing aromas of vanilla, red berries, and blackberries, suggesting that rich and inviting olfactory experience. As you taste, the Unbroken King unfolds a delightful palette of flavors, including the, of course, sweet and sumptuous notes of ripe raspberry, chocolate, and cherry. These flavors are beautifully integrated thanks to the medium oak flavor that adds a refined woodiness that then enhances the overall structure and complexity of the wine without overwhelming its delightful fruitiness. This is ideal for a variety of dining occasions. Check it out for more information. You can visit Geneva Winery and try some for yourself. That's in Geneva and also in Batavia. The next one on this list is, of course, a beautiful classical style of a wine bottle there with the red and gold. This is a Linfred's 2023 Cabernet Sauvignon. From the quiet, sun-worn vineyards of Chile's Maipo Valley, Linfred Winery's 2023 Cabernet Sauvignon steps forward with the sort of self-assured elegance that only mountain-born fruit can muster. Sourced from Hulquin and shaped by the region's signature recipe, pure Andes meltwater, long sunny days, crisp evenings, and a reliable whisper of valley breeze. This is a wine built on an expressive blend of 85% Sauvignon, 10% Tempranillo, and 5% Carmenere. Very delicious. It is a deep ruby hue, hints at the richness to come, with aromas of cassis, blackberry, rose petal, fresh cracked pepper, and savory herbs that set the stage. Now on the palate, it broadens and polishes the confidence there. Plum and blackcurrant meet vanilla, sweet baking spices, dried herbs, carried by a full body of ripened tannins that glide into a smooth, elegant finish. Now this is aged 16 months in French oak. It captures Maypo's soul with both structure and grace. You can find it for $27. Not too bad for a quality wine. That is coming up March 1st, 2026. It will be available to the public. That's Linford Winery in Roselle, so something to look forward to for next year. A couple other ones on this list. The Gruet Brut sparkling wine at the 64 Wine Bar and Kitchen in Naperville offers that crisp, full-bodied sparkling wine complemented by a touch of yeast with aromas of green apple and citrus. The take-home price is $21.98, and it is made in New Mexico. Very cool. There's also the Mari Vineyards Bel Tramonto. This sounds like a very fancy wine. It's for $52. So yes, it is a high-quality fancy wine. Blend of Merlot, Refosco, Sauvigny's, and also Tiroldelgo. Oh my goodness, I could not pronounce that one. Tiroldelgo, excuse me. Merlot-based aromas of chocolate and cherry are followed by cranberry and vanilla flavors. This is a silky smooth Italian grape tannins that are incorporated in there, and a distinctive acidity that come together with an elegant, delicate finish. You can find it at Up North Wine Tasting Room in Geneva. How cool is that? So, got some good wines to choose from. You can find more of these, and you can also check out the beers of the month, which we'll talk about coming up in the near future, too. Maybe, I think tomorrow I'll talk about those ones. So, check it out, the new issue for Fox Valley Magazine. It's exploring life in the Fox. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN, with our conversation story of the day today. Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today. And speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
If you've turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. We've got some interesting topic to talk a little bit about here, too. You all know it. It's the holiday season, of course, and there are many different characters that are part of this holiday season. We've got, of course, Mr. Saint Nick, Saint Santa, Saint Nick, Sankt Nikolai in Russian, Sankt Nikolai. Whatever the case might be, of course. Different characters that are out there, right? We've got Mrs. Claus, we've got the reindeer, we've got Jack Frost, a lot of cool things. If you remember back in the day, Susie Snowflake, all great for the holiday season. The Grinch, right? Another one. But we also can't forget about the elves that are out there too. Well, we got to know a little bit here, and this is maybe a big question maybe you ask yourself sometimes, or maybe you're curious about it. How did elves become a part of Christmas? So whether you're interested or not, I'm going to tell you. How did this happen? Well, there are some myths about elves that do predate Christmas and even Christianity itself. Now, there is another article that's actually on theconversation.com. It's called From Head to Mistletoe, The Curious Biology of Elves. Basically, how do these elves work so hard and not get tired? You know, or how are they able to bear the coldness with their tights on, kind of thing. That's an article that was actually just recently posted about 30 minutes ago. But if you want to read that one, you can. But I'm heading over to the mentalfloss.com big questions. So here are some myths of elves that predate Christmas and Christianity itself, written by Michelle Dubzak of mentalfloss.com. Now, elves are meant to be supporting players of the story of Christmas, but in the 21st century, they have definitely stolen the snow. They might have stolen the snow, but they have stolen the show, actually. Santa's helpers now star in hit movies, decorate our ugly holiday sweaters, and spy on us from our shelves. Unlike Santa Claus, a.k.a. St. Nicholas, elves don't have early analogs in Christianity. So how did the industrious sprites come to be associated with Christmas? I like how they call them industrious sprites. That's funny. Well, you get into naughty and nice. If you don't picture tiny toy makers at the North Pole when you talk about elves, you may think of woodland creatures from European fairy tales. The English word elf derives from the elfar from ancient Norse mythology. These folkloric figures predate the Christmas characters by several hundred of years. There's even some paintings out there back in the day of these depictions of these elves. Though the Elfar is often cited as history's first elves, they varied significantly from the magical fellows that we know of today. They didn't build shoes or toys while wearing pointy hats. Nordic elves weren't even short, necessarily. The alternative name for Elfar was Huldefolk. Folk. I meant to say folk, not fork. Or hidden folk. So, Huldefolk. And they were believed to occupy the unseen realm between the worlds. Beyond that, there wasn't a solid set of characteristics really that defined these creatures across myths. The ancient Nordic people probably pictured them looking similar to humans. Legends of human-like creatures that lived just out of sight in the shadows of our world soon spread through pre-Christian Europe. In Scotland, there were brownies, tiny beings that would either do your chores or make your house messier, depending on the mood. German kobolds similarly alternated between being helpful and impish, as did Swedish tomte. Very cool. I remember reading a book as a kid. I can't remember what it was, but if my mom's listening in, and my dad too, they would remember it. It's I can't remember the artist's name, but it was a book about elves, and they were little sneaky little elves that, would just ruin things in this person's cabin. I think it was taking place in Sweden, if I do believe so. So there's a literary legend. In The Elves and the Shoemaker, the Brothers Grimm paint these stereotypical mischievous creatures in a positive light. The fairy tale from 1812 follows a poor cobbler struggling to finish his work before Christmas. His business is saved by altruistic elves who visit his shop at night and make his shoes for him while he sleeps. Though Santa Claus did not make an appearance, this story may be the first depiction in pop culture of elves in a workshop during the holiday season. Not long after that story's publication came one of the most influential poems on the modern Christmas myth. That is the 1823 work, quote, A Visit from St. Nicholas, or 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And it's more commonly known, helped shape the image of Santa and the tradition of gift giving on Christmas. It also refers to St. Nick as a jolly old elf. Remember that? A line tied to the magical beings to the holidays. More than 30 years later, Little Women author Louisa May Alcott wrote a short story collection titled Christmas Elves. Though some credit her with the invention of the Santa's helpers legend, this claim is impossible really to prove. Christmas elves were never really published, and that's the story. It was never published, and the manuscript is actually lost to time, which means scholars know little about it beyond the title. Now, an 1857 poem published in the Harper's Weekly likely did more to solidify the image of Christmas elves in pop culture. Titled The Wonders of Santa Claus, it tells the team of elves all working with all their might to make a million of pretty things, cakes, sugar plums, and toys to fill the stockings, hung up, by the little girls and boys. And by the early 20th century, the concept of hardworking Christmas elves was a mainstream collective, enough to be reproduced by Norman Rockwell and Walt Disney. To many kids today, Christmas elves are recognizable as Santa Claus himself. They often dress in fur-trimmed costumes and pointy hats and gold-buckled belts, a look popularized by Rankin and Bass's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer back in 1964, or they're recreated in Elf with Will Ferrell back in 2003. Buddy the Elf's wardrobe came so close to the animated television special that the production team had to secure special legal permission to actually use it. That's interesting. So movies aren't the only places these characters pop up. Watch enough commercials or visit enough department stores this time of the year and you're likely to spot them. These elves are more wholesome than the original creatures from the ancient folklore, but they haven't lost their mischievous nature altogether. Just ask a family whose home is at the mercy of Elf on a Shelf throughout the month of December. Yes. I have to say, too, when I was a kid and I was not doing when I was a kid and I was not behaving my best, my mom would say, well, the elves are watching. And I get scared because I'd be like, oh, no, they're watching out my windows. They're watching out my windows. I do not like that. I actually used to kind of be scared of elves when I was a kid because I would hear that when I misbehaved. I'd be like, no, I don't want these little creatures popping up with their sticky up ears and sticky up hats and pointed ears and making faces at me. That would creep me out, these little guys. So I don't know. That probably the mixture of the Darby O'Gill movie too, which used to creep me out, I think, as a kid, might have mixed in with that little small creature-like being, right? So there you go. There's quite a few different horror movies about elves as well. They're pretty funny, if I do say so myself. Elves do make lots of great things, including mittens to give to those in need. And we have a special interview today. We have Maddie coming on the air with us today. She's going to be calling in. She helped to make a difference in the world with Maddie's Mitten March. Her mission is to collect clothing and money in order to provide clothing directly to underprivileged individuals or to organizations that'll distribute the clothing to underprivileged folks out there. She's made headline news, and she's a fantastic person to be able to do this for the community. And we're so glad to have her here on the air. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Systems run everything. Government, economy, media, justice. They shape your choices, your opportunities, your future. But do they work for you or against you? On Apolitical Talk Show, we break them down, not to destroy, but to understand. Because if you don't see how the system works, you won't see when it's being manipulated or who's benefiting from it. Power belongs to those who know the rules, challenge the loopholes, and demand accountability. That starts with knowledge. That starts here. Join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines so you can decide for yourself what's fair, what's broken, and what needs to change. Apolitical Talk Show, breaking down the systems to build them up together. Right here, weekdays, 4 to 6 on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Progressive. In Naperville, a police squad car flipped onto its roof after a three-vehicle crash Monday night. Officials say the officer was responding to a medical emergency when the collision occurred near 95th Street and Route 59. The officer and two others were hospitalized with minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Federal authorities say two Naperville brothers ran a massive insurance fraud scheme, submitting nearly $300 million in false claims for COVID-19 testing that was never provided. Minaj Muhammad and Sufyan Feroz allegedly used straw owners to control 4 labs in Illinois and California, then launder the proceeds through other businesses. Insurers paid out at least $65 million. Both men face multiple counts of healthcare fraud and money laundering with potential sentences of up to 20 years if convicted. Health officials are sounding the alarm as a highly contagious norovirus dubbed the winter vomiting disease surges nationwide, including in Illinois. Wastewater analysis shows cases rising sharply in Wheaton and Glen Ellen, with spikes just before the holidays. Experts fear a new strain may be more transmissible, causing forcible vomiting, severe diarrhea, and painful stomach cramps. Children, older adults, and people with health conditions are most at risk. Doctors urge vigorous hand washing and strict hygiene to slow the spread. In Aurora, police are searching for a suspect after a 49-year-old man was shot while pumping gas early Monday morning on South Broadway. Officers found the victim with multiple upper body wounds. He's now in stable condition. Police say the shooter approached, opened fire, and fled eastbound. The suspect was last seen wearing a gray winter coat and brown pants. Chief Matt Thomas called it a brazen and unprovoked attack. Anyone with information is urged to contact Aurora Police or Crime Stoppers. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The NFC North race remains red hot. The Packers are the leader in the division at 9-3-1, winners in 4 straight. They beat the Bears on Sunday. Chicago 9-4-0, 8-5-0. Detroit is still in the mix. The Bears are home this Sunday afternoon, hosting 3-10 Cleveland. 7 straight losses for the Bulls following Sunday's 123-91 setback at home against Golden State. They're off until this Friday when they visit the Charlotte Hornets. Chicago's last victory came on November the 22nd, a 121-120 victory over the Washington Wizards. The Blackhawks return to United Center Wednesday night when they host the New York Rangers. It's an original 6 matchup. Chicago 12-11-6. The Rangers 15-12-4. Chicago coming off a pair of ugly losses, a 6-0 shutout at Los Angeles and a 7-1 loss at Anaheim. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, snow showers with cloudy skies and a high near 35. Temperatures falling to around 27 in the afternoon. Windy conditions with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of snow showers before 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 12. Currently, it is 30 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
And welcome, folks, into Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today here live in studio. It is the afternoon, 7 past the hour here, 12 o'clock segment. Of course, you're tuning into AM 1410 WRMN, listening to us on that AM 1410 dial. You might also be watching us live here, streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop with what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. Now, folks, the season is here. We know it. It's the season of giving. It's the season of excitement, right? Spending time with your loved ones, going Christmas shopping, seeing all the beautiful setups in the different villages, towns, and cities across wherever you might be, right? It's the holiday season, the time to decorate, and it can be a very busy time as well, too. But it's also a time of giving hope to folks out there, especially folks who maybe are underprivileged and folks who maybe don't have who can't buy new clothes for their kids this year or for themselves, right? And so there are a lot of different organizations that come together and help each other out when it comes to making sure that these folks experience being able to just have a coat to wear or mittens or hats, right? And to keep warm during the cold days. And there's a very aspiring young woman here, Maddie Bozick, who is joining us here today. She's with Maddie's Mittens March, and she started this back when she was 10 years old. So I want to welcome Maddie here to the stage with us today here on WRMN. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, Maddie, you started Maddie's Mittens March when you were just 10 years old. What was the moment or experience that made you decide to start this drive at such a young age?
There was a couple things. I mean, but mostly it was, I was a little kid. I was looking for something to do. Because apparently I can't sit still. So my parents, encouraged me to, do something for my community. In addition, I was in Girl Scouts, so community outreach was a big thing. And within Girl Scouts, you see how many food drives and all things like that you're doing. And I wanted to find a more underserved area, something that, that's harder to find for people. And that's how we came up with doing a clothing drive. We started by, just going around my neighborhood, collecting donations and taking them to local city offices and schools. And from there, every year I'm like, man, this one, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And it just absolutely blew up and grew into what it is today.
That is so, so cool. And, I mean, I'm inspired by you too. I mean, I'm sure so many other kids out there are also inspired as well. And I know that over the years, the organization has evolved from a mitten drive for classmates to a full winter clothing charity distributing coats as well as boots, scarves, and more. So how did that growth happen, and what were some of the most exciting things for you along the way too? Because I mean, it's grown quite large.
Wow. So, I mean, every year grew a little more. We were kind of expanding more. We made partnerships with other organizations that would help us with the mission. And then one year it came time, and my dad works for the Regional Office of Education for Kane County, and one of the school districts actually came to him because they knew of the organization and said, hey, we're getting rid of some of our school buses. Do you need one? And so that kind of became a big turning point for us. We were able to make it a much more mobile operation, and we were able to go to a lot of the food pantries we work with. And at the same time, people were getting the things they need from the food pantry. They're able to step on the bus and get the clothing and use it pretty much as a store. And now it's a mobile distribution center. And now we are having 2 buses so we can, go out more and make a bigger impact. I will say some of the most rewarding stuff I would say getting to see is working with kids and getting to share what we do with them and see them get excited about it, as well as the people we serve. They're always so grateful, so nice. Even, we'll have teenagers come on the bus, and, they're kind of reluctant and don't really want to pick something out or just shy to be there, and then see them go outside. And actually, one time we saw them just like right outside the bus, just start having a snowball fight with the stuff they got.
Oh, wow.
It's like having gloves.
That's so cool. That's cool to see that too in action too. You've got people, who put on the coats and, the hats and the mittens, and then you see them walking with it or talking with people, or like you said, doing the snowball fight. So that's really cool. That's really cool to see. And that's a cool story to also share as well, because you share that experience, you share your experience with others, and then others can be inspired and also kind of help to make a domino effect of helping people in need. And I think that that's great. So you do a great job. How do you help to get the word out about Maddie's Mitten March?
Things like this are absolutely awesome through news and media outlets, but a lot of it's word of mouth from the community and other organizations we work with. They are great at promoting us, as well as we have a Facebook page that we post on. It's also the best way to contact us is through Facebook or our email.
Awesome. I wanted to also mention here too, last year, the Kane County Board actually gave you some recognition for your charitable work. What was that like?
It was great. They're such a large organization, so to have them recognize us is truly an honor, and I'm happy to have their support. And then Kane County is actually working on doing a collection for us this year among multiple offices, and we are absolutely ecstatic about it, and they have brought in so many items.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And looking ahead, what are some of your hopes or plans for the future? Are there services, areas, or maybe projects you'd like to expand on?
Absolutely, yeah. So we actually are in the process of renovating the building right now. It's kind of coming to the final steps, so it's quite exciting. And we'll use that as like a headquarters to sort donations and all that. So that'll be exciting to have more of a home base, but we will still be completely mobile. But people who are around have the option to go if they need to, like kind of on a scheduling basis. So really just making sure we have a solid headquarters to run operations out of, and just getting the community more involved and having, potentially in the future a part-time, more full-time employees, because we're completely volunteer-based right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So people can email you to sign up for volunteer opportunities and look for more of those opportunities to do. That's fantastic. I know that you recently did have some drop-off items as well. I think it was, it ended December 5th. That was in Geneva, Aurora, and then also the Elgin Township offices. How can people find more information about you and what you do for the community? And then also if people want to drop off some things, how can they go about doing so?
Yeah, absolutely. So Facebook is usually the way to go for us. That's where you're going to get the most update information about what's going on with Maddie's Mitten March. If you need to contact us, you can shoot us a message through Facebook or email us at maddiesmittenmarch at gmail.com. You can also get that through our website. And then drop-off locations, we're at North Aurora Fire Department and PD, Roselle Fire Department, and then if you just also contact us, we can work out anywhere where, either you drop it off to us, we pick it up from you, whatever's kind of most convenient.
Absolutely. Well, Maddie, I appreciate you coming on the air with us today. Before I let you go, what message do you want to give to other young people who want to make a difference in their communities, but maybe feel like they're too young or too inexperienced? What would you say to them?
Honestly, I would just say, just try it. I mean, what's the worst someone's going to tell you is no.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes, working with others, what my parents always told me is just treat others how you want to be treated.
Absolutely. I love that. Maddie, thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate it. We'll continue on to pass the message to folks out there who can definitely make a difference and help out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye now. All right. That was Maddie calling in here to talk about her organization, Maddie's Mitten March. Definitely check it out for more information. That's mittenmobile.com, mittenmobile.com. That's their website. It does talk a little bit about her mission and her story as well. Again, she started her Mitten March at 10 years old when she saw some of her peers go without proper clothes and mittens during the winter months. And from that point on, she made it her goal to try and help those in the community who are less fortunate, while also encouraging others to find and solve issues in their own communities as well. It's all a domino effect, folks. When we all talk to each other, we come together as a community, we help each other, it definitely reaps those wonderful benefits as well too, and especially for those who are in need. So it's a great way to check it out. Check out more information on how she operates as well too. They use 2 buses to collect, hold, and distribute the donations. Both buses were purchased for their scrap value of $1,000 from St. Charles School District. They were given that opportunity through the Assistant Superintendent, John Baird, who's always helped Maddie, and of course, those who also help to volunteer too. You can also find more information on Facebook. Recently, the Kane County Regional Office of Education posted about it as well too. I know that they did have their coat drive. It did end on December 5th, but please feel free to email her for more information. That is Maddie's Mitten March. That's MADDIES Mitten, MITTEN, and then March, MARCH, at gmail.com. Again, please feel free to find her on Facebook. Maddie's Mitten March, again, is that organization created to provide winter clothing for those who are in need. Very, very cool. We love what you're doing and what you're doing for the communities out there too, Maddie. So congratulations. And I know that you're going to continue on working this to make sure people get the clothes and the amenities that they need. So greatly appreciate that. That's fantastic. We're going to take a quick time out, folks. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, a political talk show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio, here on WRMN AM 1410.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today and being part of the conversation with us. Greatly appreciate that, of course. We got Downtown Jose in the comments here saying hello, and I say hello back to you. And also, of course, to Brendan. Hello, Brendan. Thanks so much for tuning in today, as always. We always greatly appreciate that. And of course, folks, if you want to check out more information, feel free to visit us here on our website, WRMN1410.com. If you want to watch us live, of course, feel free to do that too. Thank you again to Maddie for joining us live here, calling into the studio to talk about Maddie's Mitten March. That video will be posted shortly onto our YouTube channel. Whatever recently posted here within the past 24 hours, we do have the morning show's interview with Derek Shulman and Megan Biebel. So check that out too. It's got some good views on that and a couple likes. Derek Shulman is a White Sox Major League hitting coach. He joined in on the morning show. Really, really cool interview out there too. Definitely check it out. You can find it also posted on our Facebook page too. Yesterday's show for Medicare made ABCD easy with Danny Gilly, talking about, of course, insurance needs. And the deadline is coming up too to sign up. It's the 15th of December, so just 5 more days for that deadline to sign up for your 2026 insurance plan. So make sure you do that. WRMN 10 o'clock news from yesterday's also been uploaded too. I had Mark Thayer, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Elgin Symphony Orchestra, on yesterday. So you can find that interview also posted on our YouTube channel. Wise Coffee Chat Show. Jennifer Sanchez had Gina Diaz, who's a managing attorney. She joined in to talk about, of course, her legal practice and also lifting people, especially women, up who need some to help boost their confidence too. So really good interview there, very informative. Check it out. That's posted now under Wise Coffee Chat. You can find that on the playlist. Got lots of other great things to, of course, discuss and talk about. Just a couple more minutes before we kick it off, of course, to our Tradio segment. Before I do that, you can find some special deals on the Fox Valley eValues website. Cheers to the holidays here that you can enjoy coming up on Saturday, December 13th from 2 to 6 p.m. at Geneva Park. You can enjoy holiday lights, craft beers, and heated tents. This is the Geneva's Park District's Lights and Flights event. It is a craft beer festival, and it was established this year in 2025. It's the new one. This is their first time doing so. It's their Lights and Flights Craft Beer Fest, Saturday the 13th. 2 to 6 p.m. Tickets are $55 or $70, VIP both included. 15 sample pours. Very cool. You can view participating breweries on their social media sites and their website too, so please feel free to check that out. And that's brought to you by the Geneva Park District. That's coming up. You can also find some other great things that are also coming up too. You can find them on exploreelginarea.com. We've talked about them before, of course, multiple times. The Dino Explorer exhibit is still going on until January 4th. That's at the Gale Borden Public Library. There's also the Gorbert's Farm Christmas Light Show that's still going on. Tonight is the Sip and Shop at the Vintage Hammer. You can enjoy that as well. That's from 5 until 8. That's tomorrow and also in Huntley on Thursday. So you can come and finish your holiday shopping list and have some fun. Specialties, snacks, and holiday cheer are included. We did talk yesterday about this today from 5 until 8. If you want to give it a try, check it out. It's an open house at the Highland Loft event venue. So if you are looking to get married, newly engaged couples out there, couples still searching, you can check out the perfect wedding venue here at the Highland Lofts. Lots of other good things that are also coming up too tonight at 7:30. Elgin Community College Arts Center has their electronic music ensemble. This is a performance coming up. It's $12 for adults. Seniors and students get in with $10 for students with a valid ID. Tickets and event details can be found at the ECC's Arts Center's website page. Santa's Trolley Express will be coming up on Friday the 12th through till 7:30 p.m. That's from 12 till 7:30. You can enjoy a holiday magical express at the Fox River Trolley Museum. Celebrate the season with a heartwarming holiday train ride that bursts with nostalgia, joy, and festive wonder. A great way is also to climb aboard their beautifully decorated 1950s vintage elevated cars and journey down an authentic train line dating back to 1896, folks. That's the tail end of the Victorian era. An unforgettable adventure your entire family will cherish. Dundee Township Park District's Rayco Center in Carpentersville has their Jolly Stop meet and greet with Santa. That's coming up this Friday at 5 o'clock, going until 7 o'clock. Also, Santa's Village has their Magical Christmas Drive-Thru. Now, that will be coming up here, continuing on into Friday. That's Friday. It's starting here. It started early already on the 28th, and it does run until December 30th. So definitely check that out. It's a great one to view and find it for yourself. Now, guess what, folks? We're going to be talking more about the Magical Christmas Drive-Thru at Santa's Village tomorrow during the community hour. I'm having Lindsay, who's the sales director for Santa's Village. She's going to be calling into the station during our community hour to talk about the ongoing Christmas drive-thru events for the holiday season at Santa's Village. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming up tomorrow during our community hour. So stay tuned for that. Couple other fun jingle parades and performances are also out there. And hey, speaking of performance, it is Wednesday, which means we like to talk about those local performances. we will definitely be doing so coming up in just a little bit. We'll start off here with Under the Street Lamps Hip to the Holiday show coming up at the Elgin Community College. That's going to be at the Arts Center. That's coming up here on Friday, December 12th, starting at 7:30. It's a great way to experience holiday cheer, and it features former stars from the Tony Award-winning musical Jersey Boys, a high-energy performance bringing a fresh twist to your favorite seasonal tunes. We'll talk more, of course, also on some local fun entertainment that you can enjoy. Paramount Theater in Aurora. We'll also take a look at Schaumburg on stage. That is with Point 2 Productions. We'll also see what's happening here, if anything, at the Children's Theater of Elgin coming up very soon. Maybe any auditions for some things for next year. Also, the Elgin Theater Company as well. We'll also talk more about Egyptian theater and all the fun things coming up with local theater programming. Stay tuned for more here. Up next, we've got Arch Radio segment. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Starbucks. Health officials are sounding the alarm as a highly contagious norovirus dubbed the winter vomiting disease surges nationwide, including in Illinois. Wastewater analysis shows cases rising sharply in Wheaton and Glen Ellen, with spikes just before the holidays. Experts fear a new strain may be more transmissible, causing forceful vomiting, severe diarrhea, and painful stomach cramps. Children, older adults, and people with health conditions are most at risk. Doctors urge vigorous hand washing and strict hygiene to slow the spread. In Aurora, police are searching for a suspect after a 49-year-old man was shot while pumping gas early Monday morning on South Broadway. Officers found the victim with multiple upper body wounds. He's now in stable condition. Police say the shooter approached, opened fire, and fled eastbound. The suspect was last seen wearing a gray winter coat and brown pants. Chief Matt Thomas called it a brazen and unprovoked attack. Anyone with information is urged to contact Aurora Police or Crime Stoppers. In Naperville, a police squad car flipped onto its roof after a 3-vehicle crash Monday night. Officials say the officer was responding to a medical emergency when the collision occurred near 95th Street and Route 59. The officer and 2 others were hospitalized with minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Federal authorities say 2 Naperville brothers ran a massive insurance fraud scheme, submitting nearly $300 million in false claims for COVID-19 testing that was never provided. Manaj Muhammad and Sufyan Feroz allegedly used straw owners to control 4 labs in Illinois and California, then laundered the proceeds through other businesses. Insurers paid out at least $65 million. Both men face multiple counts of healthcare fraud and money laundering, with potential sentences of up to 20 years if convicted. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's touchless car wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. This afternoon, cloudy with a high near 35. Temperatures falling to around 27. Windy with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 18. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 24. Currently, it is 30 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. We hope that you're enjoying this afternoon time. It is a little bit on the overcast side of things. Weather and temperatures are still pretty chilly here in the Elgin area with the Elgin weather. I always like to keep you in tune with what's happening here. So, temperatures at 30 degrees right now, low of 16 for tonight. Tomorrow's a high of 24, dropping down to, again, 16. For Friday, we see a high of 28, and then the blustery cold, bitter temperatures of 5 degrees are in the forecast for Friday night. Saturday is even chillier, high of only 9, low of -6. Very cold and some snow. Sunny on Sunday, but very cold indeed. High of 8 degrees, low of -2. Monday the 15th is a high of 21 and a low of 18. 30 degrees is expected for Tuesday with a low of 26. And finally, a week from today, Wednesday, next Wednesday that is, we see a high of 37 and a low of 32. Almost getting up into the 40s. Very interesting. So we'll have to wait and see on how that goes, but stay tuned for more here on WRMN. We are in that Tradio segment right now, so if you are interested in buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, please feel free to do so at 847-931-1410. Maybe you have a mitten drive like Maddie does, Maddie Bozic, and you want to announce it here. Maybe you've got a food pantry that's going to be open soon, or that's currently open in operation. Church services, let us know. Feel free to announce it here on Tradio. You can also text us at 505-926-1410 if you want to send any pictures, information, flyers. We would love to show it on the screen here. You can also email us. You can email me, Matt, at WRMN1410.com. It does also act as a Tradio email, so please feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. We have a Tradio caller here, a couple from the other days and also before. She's looking for a pre-admission testing time period truck. So truck before the pre-admission testing period. Please feel free to reach out to her. Ask for Paul. And that number to dial is 847-531-6383. That's 847-531-6383 is that number to dial. Another Tradio caller here has an antique hutch, exercise equipment, and a television stand. She's looking to just give it away. If anyone out there has some extra space for these, or you know someone who might like them for a good holiday present, ask for Lorraine today. That number to dial is 847-287-5687. Again, 847-287-5687. We've got Greg here looking for those bicycles from the 1800s to the 70s. Now, they don't always have to be all in good condition. It can be parts, pieces, and or accessories. He's also looking for vintage Omega watches. That includes men's and women's and diver style watches. He's a collector, not a dealer. He'll pay a fair price for those. He also is looking for old gas tether cars from the 50s and 60s. They had the little tiny gas engines on them. Some of them were made by the Cox Corporation, so anything like that he's interested in. He's also looking for those old racing go-karts, the vintage racing go-karts that include, it could be parts and pieces too, from the 50s and 60s. Now for sale, he's got that Lionel Pioneer Zephyr, 4 feet long, in excellent condition. He's got the Hamilton Beach 3-head milkshake maker for $500. And then he also has this. It's a 312 Schwinn Goose Island bicycle. It runs very good for $125. Not too bad of a deal there too. And I've got it posted here on the screen so you can see it if you're watching on YouTube, what that bicycle looks like. Very good condition it is, so please feel free to reach out. And that's for $125. Reach out to Greg today for more information. That's 847-884-6033. That's 847-884-6033. We have Jackie here looking for an Avon representative in the area. If anyone knows of anyone, please feel free to reach out. And that number to dial is 847-347-0057. That's 847-347-0057. And then we also have Jeff here looking for those trains, preferably cars, but any train memorabilia will also do too. You can reach out to him for more information, and that number to dial is 630-251-2956. That's 630-251-2956. Reach out to him today for more information. So again, please feel free to call in today at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. What we want to do here is, it is Wednesday. We did talk about the wines of the month here presented by Fox Valley Magazine, but we also want to talk a little bit about what's happening locally in the area, what's going on with local theaters, especially on those Wednesdays. So we'll start off here. Let's see if anything does come up. It does look like something does. There is a Wicked dance camp coming up here at the Children's Theater of Elgin with Miss Rachel. Spend the day with Miss Rachel learning some Osmopolitan choreography from the blockbuster hit musical Wicked. Now, this class is limited to a maximum of 16 participants. Parents are welcome to attend the last 10 minutes of the class. If you want to register now, you can. It was recently posted on their website. It does say a general admission for this dance course is $150. There's only 3 spots left. Only 3 spots left, folks. So if you are interested, please feel free to do so. It's an Osmopolitan choreographer, Miss Rachel, from the blockbuster hit musical Wicked. Yes. How cool is that? And she is a professional. Yes. So if you want to check it out, that's coming up December 23rd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 100 Symphony Way here in Elgin. That is at the Edward Schock Center, the center of Elgin. Very nice. You can also check out on their website, the 2026-2020 season has been announced for the CTE and the Fox Valley Theater Company. So they've got some really cool things coming up. Disney Newsies open to grades 2 to 23. Auditions will be March 2026. How cool is that? So we're definitely going to be having to have all of these great actors on. I'm already getting a schedule, head of schedule here for the season. So Disney's Newsies, the Broadway musical, will be coming up in June. We'll definitely have them on the air. The Lightning Thief, you know it, the Percy Jackson musical, coming up in September. Disney's Little Mermaid Jr. will be in November. And then April in 2027 is Frozen Jr. Very cool. So stay tuned for that and more. We'll definitely have each of those interviews on the air here during our segments on WRMN. They also do have spirit wear available now, too, at the Children's Theater of Elgin and Fox Valley Theater Company. So very cool. Some other things coming up here, too. You can check out the Row Center for the Arts. They are celebrating 25 years in 2025 with Rock the Row. You can view information posted recently on their website for more information. Coming up tomorrow, it's Jingle Bells Comedy. 3 funny, festive women are bringing laughs to your holiday season. We interviewed them last year. That's Anna, Andrea, and Johanna. So check out more information. You can get those tickets. Find them. It's at events.rowcenter.org. Elgin Symphony Orchestra will also be performing. That's going to be with Chad Goodman and the Elgin Master Chorale. This is going to be at the Row Center. A great time, of course, to enjoy. And that is coming up Friday, December 12th at 8 p.m. Feel free to check out more information. They're posted, too. How fantastic. So I know we also recently had him on the air. It was yesterday. That was not Chad Goodman, excuse me. Mark Thayer, executive director. You can also check out some other fun activities and more. Friday, December 19th, there is a sensory performance for the Nutcracker and Engage Dance Theater presenting the Nutcracker Saturday, December 20th through till Sunday, the 21st. Check out the full performance listing and more posted on their website. This is, again, rowcenter.org. So many fun things going on before we kick it off into 2026. Steel Beam Theater in St. Charles has some great performances. You can also check out some fun pictures of some of their performances. Check out their upcoming shows and events if you'd like to find more information on that. They've got a youth tuition link, youth cabaret that you can find if you want to buy tickets for that. That's coming up in January. Paramount Theater still has Playing Strong. Jeff recommended $1 Million Quartet is still going on and extended by popular demand through till January 4th. So if you have not seen it yet, it's still in operation and a great show to see, of course, too. You can also check out their Broadway series, see anything that's coming up here for the rest of the year. Looks like White Christmas is going on right now. It's Irving Berlin's White Christmas, the musical. Pageantry and spectacle come to life in this iconic holiday production, and that's going on until January 11th. Coming up in February, Dear Evan Hansen is another one coming up. It's a 6-time Tony Award-winning story there, and a whole lot more that's also coming up into next year, too. So check it out. That's ParamountAurora.com. Let's see here. Nothing yet updated for the Elgin Theater Company. We'll keep you in tune with that at elgin-theater.org. The Historic Egyptian Theater of DeKalb always has some really cool events that are scheduled. Coming up this Friday, December 12th, it is Jim Brickman, welcomed by 102.3 The Coyote. Check out more information on that. That's at 7:30. This is a gift of Christmas, celebrating the gift of family, friends, peace, and love wrapped in the sweet sounds of the season only he and his piano can provide. So check that out. That's going to be at the DeKalb Egyptian Theater coming up December 12th. Find more information at egyptiantheater.org. The 13th is Christmas at the Theater. Performing Arts Academy will be performing that. Studio Holiday Show at Studio C Dance will be Sunday the 14th. And so much more coming up here too. There is the Winter Wonderland Spectacular Pro Dance Elite Holiday Showcase. That's on December 20th. So lots of really great things that are coming up, and only so much time to talk about that. We got to take a quick time out, and we'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. We'll talk a little bit about what are some movies playing at local movie theaters. And if we do have some time, you can still we'll still have time. You can call in today, of course, for Tradio. But maybe I'll go through some news outlets, maybe touch base with the police department and fire departments too. Stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456 or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. As for Jennifer Facala, Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out, every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater, located at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Catch dinner, drinks, and a show, all under one historic roof. So whether you're making plans or just love to know what's hot, make it a date with Dino's Night Out, Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM, or stream it live at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, powered by the Arcada Theater, where Fox Valley comes to play. And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. Thank you, everyone, of course, for tuning in today. We always do greatly appreciate it, of course. Let's see what we've got here for the rest of the day today. Again, Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. We'll do a best of replay. I've got that in the log in the system here, so you'll be hearing that on that AM 1410 dial. We've also got a political talk show from 4 to 5. And then from 5 until 6, we get the WRMN News, 5 o'clock news. And then we've got Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer from 6 until 8 o'clock. But before all that, of course, we have What's Cooking Today on CRN with Michael Horn today coming up in just a little bit. That'll be at the 1 o'clock segment. On today's show, Larry Lipson brings, of course, his top wine picks under $20 with the Affordable Wine Report. Then Jennifer Jolly joins them for a second installment of her holiday gift guide. Samantha Picking shares tips on staying healthy during the season, while their news of the day covers USPS Christmas mailing deadlines, a passenger who ordered 10 pizzas for a stranded flight, and how AI is reshaping seasonal workforces, and a neighbor who freeloaded Wi-Fi for a year and then tried to split the bill. All interesting stories and more that you can find. Check it out. That's what'scookingtoday.com on his website. Very nice. You can find that posted there. With the remainder of the time, let's see what's playing at some of these local movie theaters. The Elgin Marcus Theaters has some fun things, including SpongeBob movie. Another SpongeBob movie is playing. If you do enjoy Christmas, the 19th is coming up here. It's not, it's Christmas isn't on the 19th, but it's called David. So it's Angel Studios David Passport. You can buy that. They've got a little special there that's going on, but David is playing now. It's a new animated film about David and Goliath, and that's coming up December 19th. So please feel free to check that out too if that seems interesting. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I heard that they have been doing pretty well at the box office with this one. I've seen the first movie. I wasn't scared. I was interested though, because I do remember when Five Nights at Freddy's, the video game, first came out, and people were, of course, amazed by it. Hadn't seen anything really like it before at the time, back in the 2000s. So now they're out with their second movie. I'm assuming Josh Hutcherson will reprise the role, as well as other characters. So stay tuned for that. Zootopia 2 is also still in theaters. Wicked for Good. Becky G is another one too. Becky G, I like some of her music. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch is in theaters. Elf is playing at the Retro Dream Lounger at 8 p.m. tonight. That sounds like a lot of fun. There's some other ones as well too. Oh, Kill Bill. There is a Kill Bill movie that's out and playing at 5 p.m. You can find some other ones that are out there too. Feel free to check those out. Especially great for the holidays. You can also check out AMC South Barrington has some fun things and other shows that are playing. Some extended too. Black Phone 2 is still playing. There's a whole list of ones. Hamnet. I don't know what Hamnet is. It's part of the Artisan Films series. A couple different ones that are out there that you can find. Check it out. These are on the websites. Avatar Fire and Ash is coming December 19th. I've been seeing so many previews for that one. With that film, I have to say, the animation better than the first one. It still looks similar though, which I like. I remember when the first Avatar came out, everyone was just over them. They were so excited about the animation was so new and detailed, and everyone's like, never seen anything like it. So, the times have changed. Yes, they have. So, but still, nonetheless, great to check it out. View it at amctheaters.com. So those are just some of the movie theaters that you can go to and also check out. Very good to do so. Got some other things that are also going on here too. I am getting Maddie's Mitten March, the video uploaded right now, so you can find that there. We still have a couple minutes left here too. Don't forget, Friday the 12th, in 2 days, is the last day to submit your letters to Santa at the box, Santa's mailbox right around the corner here on DuPage Court. So if you haven't done so yet, you still have time. You still have time to do that. Let's see what else is going on here too. My good friend Linda sent over some fun things. Welcome to the next level of Crave. Chili's now has a special going on of their new chicken bacon ranch nachos. She messaged me saying, I thought you might like this. Well, of course, Linda, I do. Nachos, anything food. Delicious, especially since it's out to lunch. That looks delicious too. So they have at Chili's now their loaded nachos. Chicken bacon ranch nachos. I'm going to have to give them a try. You can also check out some other fun things that are also going on too. The 12 Days of Deals begins Sunday for Santa's Village. You can enjoy some season passes, any day tickets, and souvenir cups for the ultimate experience. They also have their surprise sale on the 24th and 25th, so you can stay up to date and in the loop with that. Also, there is an original classic international gem and jewelry show coming up this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is in Rosemont. If you want to get decked out in some of the jewels, right, the jewelry and the shopping, and you can shop for yourself too if you like. This is a great way to enjoy this at the magnificent, large, incredible Donald D. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. So that's also coming up as well too. So many other great things. Check out, of course, local businesses, organizations, shop small and local. Coming up on Friday, I have a special interview with a local jewelry store, a local small business in Hampshire. I spoke with Susie about it. She knows about her, of course. Lovely lady. And so we'll be having her on the air on Friday during Out to Lunch to talk about her business and how to shop local during the holiday season. Stay tuned for more here on WRMN. This does wrap it up here for Out to Lunch. Always a pleasure being here on the radio and enjoying talking about the community. This is Matt McNeil. I took you out to lunch. Now we're going to continue on with more in just a bit. Have a wonderful rest of your day.